and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second series of the night of Code for Giants Cup number 10, and we're jumping right on in. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Alcione, we have our Brazilian Zerg player, the red Zerg representing ZvZ Gaming. It is Dorminhoco, aka Sleepy. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the other Brazilian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing ZvZ Gaming. It is mrTT. Here we go. If you're in the chats, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Coming into this, Dorminhoco is one of the heavy favorites to make a deep run in the tournament. He is one of the big GMs in the event, but we'll see how mrTT can compare in a mirror matchup. I want to believe. Meanwhile, gas first. Gas pool opener here out of Dorminhoco. He is opening up hyper aggressive. Meanwhile, mrTT opening up with a hatch first. It's going to be hatch gas pool standard opener out of our blue Zerg player. Our red Zerg going gas first is going to be rushing into faster link speed, into faster banelings, into hyper aggression. Okay. So we'll see if mrTT can keep up with the aggression of someone who's a little bit sleepy. Again, I was asking Dorminhoco, like, what do you prefer, Dorminhoco or Sleepy? He's like, it's fine. Okay. I guess that's okay. I guess it's whatever. But they are just translations of each other, so same word, different language. Dormilon, if you will. Meanwhile, the links are on the way. Going to be initially 6 links here for Dorminhoco. Behind this, link speed is going to be researched as well, so we have the gas for it. And we've actually pulled out of gas a little bit as well, just a bit. Which means we still have potential for the Baneling Nest behind this. Links are on the way. Link speed is not too far behind this. And we'll see how mrTT does defend. Now getting into his own setup. The Overlord will confirm how late the expansion is. The Overlord does get eyes on the links as well. So mrTT is fully aware of the danger he's in, and he should be pulling out of the natural. Ideally, you do evacuate these drones, get them out of the natural, and keep them safe. Instead, we pull extra boys, I guess, to defend here, but oh boy, yeah, the links have arrived. Drones are going down. Dorminhoco catching mrTT with his pants down. Not like this. And drones are pulling. This is far too much damage already. 3 drones going down. Ay. Not just 3, we get a 4th drone as well. And this is a lot of damage early on. Looking for a 5th drone if at all possible. Going for the Queen. The Queen gets surrounded. Not like this. The Queen will survive, thankfully. Whew. A very close defense out of mrT. You know, behind this, Dorminhoco has plenty of gas. And where is that Baneling Nest? What is that gas going to be spent on? Ooh, that is not a Baneling Nest. That is a lair. That is crazy. Okay. With a fast lair, Dorminhoco can rush into a 2-base all-in, can go into 2-base Muna. There is potential here. I'm curious where Dorminhoco is going to be taking us. The lair is very much so out of left field for me, as one more drone falls. mrTT going for a big link counterattack. Queens are getting in position. Links are amassing. And again, what is the plan here? It has to be, I was going to say Muta play. I don't see us going into 2-base Nidus from here. We're rolling up, but we did go into link speed earlier. Okay. We'll see. For now, it's gonna be we're gonna be rolling off on 2 bases. With the Evo Chamber, with the Roach Warren, links do flood in, going for the Queen. Queen is gonna go down. Massive pick up here from Dorminhoco. Gets a Queen, gets a drone. Oof. And is looking for more damage here in the main. Does scout the fast lair. Back at home, mrTT walling up, going for 2-base Roach of his own. Getting another 5 drones. Oh my god, 5 drones! 5 workers go down. That is crazy. mrTT fighting back. Just like that, takes a worker lead. Walling up on 2 bases, getting into roaches. Meanwhile, more gas is being taken. And it is, in fact, going to be +1 range. Okay, so Dorminhoco is going into 2-base roach. But again, because this lair was so fast, we can't actually rush into roach speed. Like, it's not the best setup here for Dorminhoco. It's a little bit more of an awkward start for the red Zerg. Did do a lot of damage early on, but also sustained a lot of damage. Scout into the main. Meanwhile, the wall does deter any kind of link aggression for the time being. There's on the way. Macro hatch. That I'm not so sure about. That, but okay. Macro hatch being thrown down. mrTT is going to be stuck on 2 bases for a little bit longer until he can fully join up and then get into some roach production. Yeah, roach is now on the way. Now on the way here for mrTT. Now, because of the macro hatch, this looks like a 2-base all-in. This looks like mrTT does not really intend on expanding and taking a third, but we'll see what the plan is going to be. Otherwise, why take a macro hatch and why not just expand? Is kind of my rationale. As both players are embracing roach production. Upgrade slightly faster for the red Zerg with +1 range, now getting to +2. +2 range all the way. And here comes a move out for mrT. Takes down the Ling. Amassing up Ravagers. Will take a third behind this, but is pushing. Is pushing out. That is going to be a lot of roaches. Back at home, Dorminhoco setting up. Has plenty of roaches of his own. Droned up slightly here at his third. Dorminhoco has a slight worker lead. Only slight. Yeah, and we're just pushing into a larger army here at this point. Dorminhoco dives on the Ravagers. Ravagers are going down. Expensive losses here from mrTT. Oh, just a rough start to the fight. And his army is being broken. The army is being broken. Dorminhoco shuts down the push. Despite being down in upgrades, had the higher roach count, had the defender's advantage. Oh, and that one fight did go south real quick, and mrTT is in a lot of trouble. Pulls away, down to half the army supply. And Dorminhoco is waiting for his upgrades. There's no reason to move out, just wait for +2. +2 is on the way. mrTT rushing into a Spire. The Spire can be effective. Mutas can definitely turn the tables of a battle, but they need time. We need time for the Spire, and Dorminhoco shouldn't really be waiting too long to move out. Should just be waiting for +2 before committing. As +2 is kicking in. I say that Dorminhoco is droning. Dorminhoco is droning, saturating his third. Which means he might not go for his move out. The Spire might finish. We'll see. Oh, Dropalord's on the way. Dorminhoco setting up harass. As he is stabilizing. And here we go, he's pushing towards the third base while going for a double drop into the natural at the same time. Is moving out. Does move out, mrTT trying to pull up a defense. Meanwhile, the Dropalords to go straight for the main. At the same time, Dorminhoco breaking through the front lines. Boys are being pulled in a moment of desperation. The Spire is done, but I don't think it matters. Oh, did we cancel the Spire? It looks like we did. Spire was cancelled. The third base has been broken. At the same time, Roach is dropping into the main, going for the queens, going for the workers. And Dorminhoco, he has just too much. Shuts down the main army, gets 25 drone kills, has broken the third, and now he's breaking the natural. And GG gets called. Dorminhoco takes game number 1. GG. A solid game 1 there for Dorminhoco. I mean, I say a solid game 1. It was back and forth in the early game. You know, mrTT, he had his own moments. He was able to kill a lot of workers. I was very impressed by the economic damage that was dealt by the Ling Flood, by the Ling Run-By. Unfortunately, the Roach push was ill-advised. Did have a smaller Roach army and did, you know, run into a concave as well. So the moment that mrTT took a bad fight across the map was the moment that Dorminhoco took control and maintain the lead. Did maintain. And with that, Dorminhoco takes the first game, but we'll see if we can bring it back here and potentially force an ace match. We shall see. As we are jumping into game number 2. Jumping into that second game. Here we go. We're getting into game 2. It's going to be on Oceanborn. Loading in. And based off of game 1, I want to believe that mrTT can definitely threaten Dorminhoco. I want to believe. His opponent is not infallible. Valuable even. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn. We have our Brazilian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing ZvZ Gaming. It is Dorminhoco. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player from the land of Brazil, representing ZvZ Gaming as well. It is mrTT. So hello Tater Tutor in the chat. Shout out to Squirrel Fund. I see Purple in the chat as well. The Endarian. Bienvenidos. Fala galera. Good to see you all. So we are going to be settling in once again gas first. It's going to be a gas pool opener out of Dorminhoco. The same opener he went for in the previous game, rushing into earlier link speed, into an earlier link aggression. And we'll see how mrTT responds this time, as it's going to be a hatch gas pool standard opener out of mrTT, but we did have early losses for the blue Zerg, if you recall. It was a rough start in game number 1, and I'm hoping that we can have a more secure game 2, at least early game, I should say, where he was unable to save his workers, lost a lot of drones early on. So openers are getting underway. Spawning pool is done. Lings are in production. It's going to be 6 lings here for Dorminhoco. Will be initially 6 things. Link speed is on the way. This time we're pulling out. If you remember last game, we only left 2 drones in gas. This time only 1. Never mind. We're pulling back in. And I wasn't too fond of the fast lair that Dorminhoco went for in the previous game, but we'll see. We'll see if he goes into a bathing nest or not. As things are moving out, Spinecrawler has been thrown down. Spinecrawler in the main, actually. Interesting response. As mrTT is in position with his lings. Queens are on the way. Dorminhoco does engage. Cashes out the lings, takes a better trade. Ooh. Yeah, that was a rough fight here for mrTT. Putting out 4 lings for 3. But does defend. Does defend in the end, forcing his opponent back. Ling speed is about to kick in. But Dorminhoco's not making extra links behind this. Like, usually the reason why you go for this kind of build is to rush into link speed, to rush into a bathing nest, to be hyper aggressive. But that's not the case here. It's not the case. Nice guiding. Oh. Things flooding in. We do see mrTT once again walling up on 2 bases, getting into roach production. Working towards roach production, and Dorminhoco is going to rush into that lair. Lair is on the way, both players joining up. It's going to be 2 base roach out of mrTT, but oh, that is +1 melee, not range. Okay. It's going to be 1-1. So This looks like a Ling flood into 2-base Muta. Yeah, Lings are going to be amassing. They're massing up in the main. No gas is being mined from. Not anymore. Just 1-1 upgrades and a Ling flood. Now, this can work just because Dorminhoco is skipping the Bailey Nest, right? Dorminhoco, it looks like 2-base Roach. Looks like 2-base Roach. Because of that, Dorminhoco, he is going to be skipping the Bailey Nest, getting into Roaches of his own, which means without Bailings, Dorminhoco, he could be caught with his pants down. Could be caught. He's trying to scout. Now, something that is a little bit suspect is no Roach speed. The Roach upgrade has not begun yet. The longer this goes on without any upgrade, the more suspicious this becomes. The other thing here is that the lair is done. I was expecting an Overseer scout. Where's the Overseer? Where is the follow-up scout? If we got into the main, no gases, no gases, no gas mining. This screams Ling flood. But Dorminhoco's in the dark. And Dorminhoco, he's droning. He's still droning up. Still no army. And mrTT is about to pull the trigger. He's waiting for the upgrades, waiting for 1-1. He's waiting a little bit longer. Third base is going to be denied. But again, it is more so to distract. Oh, we do reveal ourselves. And now Dorminhoco knows. Now he knows what's going on. mrTT flooding across the map. And Dorminhoco's walling off. The queens are in position. Roaches are on the way. Bailey Nest is thrown down. And can mrTT hold? Sorry, can Dorminhoco hold? mrTT will get on top of one of the queens. Flush Transfuse. Third base is going down. The queen will fall. Link's going to get us around. Up! Oh my god, they barely do not get in. Yeah, barely not. Roaches have arrived. Roach Warren's under fire. If we can snipe the Roach Warren, we can and we will. Oh, the Lings, they commit in, but yeah, that was an overextension. So many Lings go down. That was not worth it for mrTT. Sniping the Roach Warren was good, but did overextend. Did kill the third, but that was a lot of larva. That was a lot of Lings going down. And Dorminhoco is going to scale out of this. He's going to outscale his opponent. On a better economy, 41 workers. mrTT just not even saturated on 2 bases. No gases, no saturation here at the natural. It's just purely Ling. And he can no longer surround. He can no longer deny the third base. It was a good effort here by mrTT. Had potential, but it wasn't enough damage. If he was able to break into the natural, then sure. Then it would have been amazing. But was unable to. And now mrTT is taking gases, but there's no lair. There's no lair. There's no production. There's no tech. There's nothing. Again, the best that mrTT can hope for is getting into Spire tech, but he's a ways away from that. And here we go, Dorminhoco going for a massive counterattack with Roach Bane. Got a lot of Roaches, got a lot of Banelings. Here we go. As Dorminhoco has arrived. Oh god! The Lings! They smash into the Banelings. Not like this. And yeah, the Lings, they just cannot touch this army. If they try, they explode. And GG gets called. Was a good effort, but Dorminhoco will come out on top 2-0. Will advance on into the next round. GG. GG, well played. Dorminhoco will take the series. Congratulations, and my condolences to mrTT, but a shout out to him regardless, to be able to make it this far in the tournament, to be able to make it into the second round, and of course to go up against one of the favorites, one of the big GMs in the tournament. So GG, well played. mrTT will tap out, and we are getting into the next round. Let's have a look at the bracket.